There's actually humor and joy in diversity. It's not anything to be feared. It is a university-based incubator in Johannesburg, founded by Wits University. We also have an annual festival called Fakugezi Festival. It's a digital arts festival. I think, animation is finding itself at this inflection point in Africa right now. Animators are going to the core of what they want to do, which is creating series, which is creating short film. We're seeing a lot of attention across the world for African animation. We're seeing platforms, streaming platforms, really making their mark, and it almost feels like this competition to get the top African talent in animation onto their platforms. I don't think we know what our priority is yet. And I think it is for the industry to almost educate the potential funders on what the potential is, including our governments. Which story do you take to the international market? I think we've learned to coexist across cultures. If we focus on that as a core skill, that is something unique we can bring to the international industry. I think right now, skills development for animation is still with wealthy families, people who can afford, kids going to really great schools to develop the skill, but it lacks inclusion. So I think the division in animation must not be because of affordability or talent being able to go to these spaces. So at Simolokwang Precinct, we're very much about inclusion. We care about the talent. And, and we have a lot of interns that are self-taught. So we need to identify appropriate talent for different kinds of specialities and not have an economic barrier be the reason why people's talent can't mature. And I think, that is where I would like to put attention as one of the very next steps. I also expect real partnerships. Sometimes I get concerned about when we think about partnerships, it's about the West giving to the South. And I'm hoping that all participants show up with an open mind so we can learn from each other. So real partnerships and real shared learning is what I'd like to see. In terms of the future of animation in Africa, so I am excited that there are quite a few films coming up on various platforms, from Disney, Nickelodeon, Netflix, all of these platforms who are creating African original film. But we are building the capability to start developing far more long form films. So I would like to see feature films in 10 years from now. I also imagine in 10 years' time, we would have started developing new business models that are relevant for our context. I don't think we've even started hitting the nail when it comes to merchandise. Yeah, maybe just to add that diversity is a rich gift. And I think the more we create space for it around the world, it will make things easier. In these difficult times in the world, we're in a pandemic. And I like where we are going into the world. I love watching animation from India and from Mexico. And imagine what happens when we do co-productions across diversity. There's something unique and valuable that we are offering the world. So there you go.